sometimes I look at other creators on the internet and I'm like, wow, their videos are so beautiful and well done and well edited, and there's captions and there's little flashing photos, and I love that style. I love especially like documentary photography, documentary filming, like that very kind of like tells a story through imagery. I love it. Cinematography, love it. I can't, or not that I can't, I don't do that yet. I won't say that I never will, but I don't do that right now because it doesn't feel like my active art form. My active art form, I will consider expression and communication and like expressing my thoughts and like verbalizing, kind of like opening up my throat chakra in a way to like verbalize what it is that's in my head, or an idea or a concept, or just kind of a perspective on something, as like that form of expression is an art form for me. Doing video editing at this current phase of my creative practice is not. And if I were to do too much video editing, I think it would slow me down in the art and practice of like consistently expressing myself, and that's honestly what's kind of been happening. And like if I think about like what I really want to focus on from an art perspective right now, it's painting. Writing, because I need to stay in the practice of writing, but I'm just into painting right now. And I genuinely have yet to solve this, but I feel like there's so many things to do every day that I like don't get. I haven't figured out the time management, but that's a separate conversation. The thing I've been struggling with recently, or navigating, is kind of this feeling of like, how often should I be brutally honest, and how often should I be curating a space that feels a certain way. And I think especially with sharing online, there's a lot of value in kind of the brutal honesty of like, right now it's brutal, like I'm going through it right now, because we are all learning from each other in this, like the way that technology is advancing and how the pace of innovation is kind of like shifting alongside our like changes within culture, changes within the career landscape. That makes it kind of difficult for us to collectively keep up unless we have these tools of each other, really. Like it's just like a community thing of people sharing their experiences so that you can learn from other people and like communicate or have conversations about this stuff. And a lot of the content I post is just self-reflective, me expressing myself, thinking about things. And then sometimes it's about like my creative career, my self-employment journey, things I learned from creating my own major, like I had like an alternative education process, little tidbits I've learned from starting my small business, little tidbits I've learned from kind of self-advocation and putting myself out there and putting myself in positions to just like get in the room, I guess. But I haven't reached a level of like, okay, like there is tangible success here that everybody else can kind of see. So for me, I have a constant feeling of like, okay, we're making progress, there's motion, but it hasn't been defined yet, which is completely okay. And honestly, like the beauty that kind of comes with documenting your journey, like that's literally, I'm in a part of my journey where it's not there yet, boom, there's a lot of people like that as well. And I do connect with a lot of people like that in that phase of their journey as well. The wheel is too low, I'm like sitting on my toes. But throughout that process, I kind of have this reoccurring thought of like, damn, I'm being so like down bad and dramatic. It's not that I'm being down bad and dramatic. It's like, to me, in that moment, it's honest. And like, I will share a moment like that with so much joy and excitement, and like seeing that as like a beautiful, potent thing. And then I look at it later and I'm like, it didn't come across that way based on the post on the internet. It looks like sad and depressing, even though like in the moment I was like actually like really excited and stoked, but just like in it, like in the honest truth of that moment, I was like in it, like holy shit, like I don't understand what's going on right now. But in reality, like my perspective on that situation is really positive. So I guess all of that to say, like, I want to create an experience for like anybody who comes across my content, anybody that engages with me in real life, like any type of conversation I have with anybody, to be positive and optimistic. And like I always say, life is so cool and fun, because I like genuinely feel that every day. I'm like, life is so cool and fun, and there's so much like beauty and potency and magic everywhere, and that's kind of what I always come down to at the end of the day. So then when I have these kind of like deep, not poetic, reflective, heavy moments, and I'm operating from that lens of like, life is so cool and fun, but I'm not communicating that necessarily, then it's like the experience isn't emoting like, okay, yeah, shit sucks, it's hard sometimes, but life is so cool and fun. And that should be kind of my goal. Like that's kind of what I'm thinking about for moving forward, because I really do believe that like honesty and like purely documenting your journey with things is valuable for people. It's valuable for me as like just a creator and just getting stuff out, but it's also valuable for people who like resonate with it. Like I have so many people that I kind of engage with online that I'm like, wow, thank you for like being straight up about that part of the journey, because I'm so blind to it because no one ever talks about that part. And I think I'm just kind of setting the intention that like when I talk about those parts, I also want to kind of like root it in the anchored sensation or feeling of like, yeah, this is hard, but like what a great opportunity that we get to go through this. Like what a great opportunity that I'm exploring this challenge, that I'm growing through this situation, that like I even have the privilege to kind of build my own career, and like that I really am only responsible for myself right now, so I can like take the risk to like pursue something I love. And like those are all really beautiful, magical things, and I want to make sure that they come across that way. Anyways, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Okay, I want to also, I'm gonna end the YouTube video talking about myself. I've already talked about myself the whole time, but I keep getting stuck trying to figure out like what the right thing to do is, and I need to just keep doing things. And like that same advice is forgotten, remembered. Like it's a cycle. I feel like a lot of people go through that, but I don't know what the thing is yet exactly that is kind of my missing link for like the progress I'm looking for. And I also need to learn to be like more specific when I come on these rambles, because like that's, if it's too vague, oh, not right now, I'm getting a call. But yeah, like part of me just loves doing these mind dumps. Part of me just wants to do a podcast format and like let myself talk for extended periods of time, like 45 minutes, and you know, just really do it. But then another part of me is like, I could maybe get much better results if I structure myself a little bit more appropriately. I title the video strategically, I like put a good thumbnail, I like write a script, or like do something where, you know, there's like a structured format so that the message can get across. And I'm like, this form of like just pure expression off the cusp stream of consciousness is kind of what I really love to do, but like I also don't want to waste people's time. So I'm just trying to figure out that balance still. And I'm trying to figure out like what an embodied piece of work means to me. And like this is across all of my mediums. Like I'm being vague, but I'm talking about YouTube, I'm talking about short form, I'm talking about my actual paintings. Like I just bought 3 huge canvases. I'm talking about my writing. Like sometimes I'm literally just writing little blogs that are just like honestly probably not quality enough to put out and publish, but it's just because like I work that way. Like even with painting, I'm a loose painter, I'm a messy painter, I'm a quick painter. I am not someone that like is really detailed, like focused for like months at a time on one painting. I'm kind of like, I move quickly and I do big movements, and it's very like expressionistic, and I know that about myself. So then I know a lot of it is in the editing. And like I also know that I say this probably every other YouTube video, so it gets repetitive. But I still am in, like, if you're talking about like being honest in your journey, whatever, I'm still in a part of my journey where I don't feel confident yet that it's like, okay, just do the thing that you enjoy to do and that you can do the most and that's the most sustainable for you. Like do the thing you love, always, done, duh, bye. Yes, do the thing you love, always, done, by. Like I always, that's like the answer. But then also like, I guess I just haven't fully been unsold on the fact that like if I put more effort and strategy into things, that it would improve at a faster rate, or that like I would be structuring my little moments of things that are valuable in a way that's like digestible and able to be received. Because I do think there is value in packaging your work in a certain way that is able to be received. And I don't know what that answer is yet. But then at the end of the day, I always come back to it, like, it's just like, it's honestly for me, and it's honestly like about just, a lot of it for me is about allowing myself to be imperfect, because I am a perfectionist and I'm very meticulous and controlling in a way that like sometimes it makes me feel crazy. And like when I just put something out and let it kind of like exist as what it is and just whatever, keep moving, it's just a better energy for me to be in, because I think the magic and like the things that I love to experience are like the creative flow state, like the act of creating. And that feeling of creating something new comes from like letting out the old stuff and just like publishing it, archiving it, letting it be done. Okay. Anyways, yeah, those are just my thoughts on like editing. Let me wrap it up. What did I start with? That's my thoughts on like why I don't really edit, why it's kind of more of a mind dump, or like how I'm kind of looking at this balance of like how much do I let be raw and how much do I let be strategic. Love you guys.